Everybody. Good morning. It is still morning. Yes, it is 10:15 almost. And it is Friday, January 6th. So the year has begun, and it's Epiphanies. That's Epiphany, right? So January 6th. I am really excited about this year. Every day is a new beginning, and I am here to tell you what I'm doing, why, and who I'm doing it for, and that's you. So if you have any questions, it's Q&A with Ms. Melissa Reyes, about anything. Go ahead, ask me anything, and I'll be here for 15 minutes. I actually set my timer, so you could see. Oh, come on. That's my homepage. It's the timer set right now. It says 18:56 because I gave myself 20 minutes for this first one to kind of get started. But I'm going to do 15-minute interviews throughout the day. And what I'm going to be doing is recording specific examples and parts of the program A Year in Bloom, so that it will serve two purposes. One, whoever's watching live will get to see and ask questions and interact with me about exactly what it is that I do. And the 15-minute interviews will be used in the Facebook group A Year in Bloom for reference. So after it's on live on here on my Ms. Meliz profile page where you're seeing me now, I will be taking that down. And then it will only be available in my group, A Year in Bloom. But hopefully you're joining me now and you can ask me some questions. And otherwise, I'm just going to be talking and making sure that everything is set and ready to go. So, stuff like having my hair done just right and, my lipstick and all. So all of my videos are going to be recorded today. So I'm going to look like the female version, the Hispanic female version of Steve Jobs, because I'm going to be wearing this shirt. Look, it even has a, what is that? Oh, this side. Oh, it has paint, because this is my painting shirt. This is my Saturday shirt. I have, it's clean. It's just, there's paint on it. So it's like my smock. It's what I'm going to wear when I work in here. And so one of those things that I've heard a lot of really famous people say and joke about is that when, you have the same thing to wear all the time, then that's one less thing you have to worry about. And I am all about cutting out the things that you have to worry about, or not worrying. And so, sometimes I record and I don't have all the makeup on. I usually turn the lights on. I have the lights on today, but I don't always do my hair, and I don't always have the full makeup on, which I wish I didn't today because it's making my eyes water. Great, huh? It's gonna look like I'm crying all day. But anyway, it is, that is something that I do as part of my self-care, and it's part of my presenting my best self. So, but I don't worry about it. If I want to come online more than I care about what I look like, I will definitely come online. Everybody who knows me knows that I will frequently just pop on or pop into other people's streams and visit with them when I'm maybe not looking my best. But I want you to see me at my best. And it's not about what I'm wearing or what I look like. It's about what I'm saying, and I'm communicating with you. And it's a Q&A, so I am not just going to be preaching to you. I want to interact with you. So please put in your questions. So I am going to go make sure that I'm on Facebook. And you say, well, don't you know if you're on Facebook or not? Well, actually, I'm not. I'm on Smile Time. And Smile Time is my vehicle that I use to drive over to Facebook. And then Facebook broadcasts me live. So now I have the opportunity to do that because Smile Time is a second-party app. So anyhow, I can see that I am there, and a couple of people are watching me, and it's really great to see you. I know I'm rambling right now. This part's going to be edited out of my video that I post on in my group, but just getting warmed up. And welcome to Ms. Meliz Q&A with Melissa Reyes, an intro to A Year in Bloom. What is it that you would like to know, and what is it that I would like to tell you? Well, First of all, a year in bloom is something that I had been working on for a long time. In fact, when I really think about it, it's been many years. So I have a number of things that I want to achieve this year with a year in bloom. And I'm just going to run through my desk because that's where everything has been. That's where everything lives. First of all, I started off with making a calendar planner book. And thanks to a challenge that I had from my friend Vicky Ayala, and she and I were talking about launching businesses and what we needed to do to really make our business happen. And one of the things that we talked about was making a calendar. And I said, well, I've been wanting to make a calendar for years with all of my photographs of beautiful flowers. And so I did. I produced this. I made it. It's called A Year in Bloom 2017 theme calendar. And if you follow me or follow me for a while, you know I like to do not just a word for the year, but I do a word for the week, which I call the theme for the week. And then I do a word every day. And I'll say, frequently ask you, what's your word today? And I like to keep track of that. So I really made this for myself. It has the holidays in the beginning and has a pretty picture of me with flowers on my hair. And I made those flowers. I love flowers. So anything having to do with bloom or beauty or nature or God's gift, I really equate that to the beautiful flowers, particularly roses. And throughout the last few years, I've taken all of these photos. These are just with my cell phone camera, and then maybe edited a little bit for clarity. But really what they are is pictures that I've snapped around. And then the book is a place where I could track what word I use every day and what I'm thinking about when I choose those words. So a whole month is in these first 2 pages, and then the whole year is in this concise little book, which I plan to make every year. Now it's on a glossy paper, which is also selfish for me because I like to use Sharpies, and I hate when they run through a calendar page and it kind of ruins the next page. So I spent the extra money to make it on this nice glossy paper, plus the photographs look pretty darn good, don't you think? Oh my, look at that one. Oh my gosh. So each of these photographs also have a little phrase that I put with it because I was already in the mindset of using these phrases and words to guide me throughout the year. And I'm hoping that if you want this calendar and you get it for yourself, that this will bring you some inspiration. And that is the main thing that started the launch of A Year in Bloom. So my message is to be yourself because you are amazing. And I totally believe that. You are amazing. We are awesome. We're here to be awesome. And we're here to do the best that we can do. And this year is going to be my year where I shine brightly, I sparkle, and I'm going to thrive, grow, and bloom. So that is going to be the best of the best, right? Because when that blooming flower comes out and just is so bright, like it is in all of those pictures, in all of those instances, from all of those places, from all of those different circumstances, the one thing that all those flowers have in common is they are shining brightly to the sun and just booming energy and love and light. And that is the best feeling, isn't it? Do you know what it's like to feel that? You wake up on your best day and you can't wait to get up and get ready to go. You can't wait to get, whatever it is started for your day, whoever it is you're going to see. There have been a lot of days like that for me lately. I'm really excited about it. Some examples. Thanksgiving morning. I could not wait. I couldn't hardly even sleep because I couldn't wait to get up and make the meal that I had planned for my family. And I baked a pie, and I made a turkey, and I made all the sides, and I just catered to my family, and it was small and intimate meat at home, and it was wonderful. And my boys were here, and I just couldn't wait to spend time with them. And that even though it was 8 hours standing in the kitchen and it was painful for me because physically that's hard for me, but I loved every minute of it. And that was my blooming flower day. And then there's been many other days that are like that where, I can't wait to get to work because of something that's happening that day, or because maybe nothing's happening that day. Those days are good too, or just days that I'm going to be streaming live when I have my formerly Tinseltown and going forward Inspiring Adventures live show every Tuesday night. Shameless plug time. Every Tuesday night here on Facebook Live at 6 p.m. Pacific time, I interview people, and I just love it. You don't see the behind the scenes, but I am interacting with PR agents. I'm sending email messages. I'm contacting people constantly and asking if they'd like to be on the show, or I'm replying to pitches saying, I'd love to review that book, but perhaps the author would like to be on my show, and that always works out, because why wouldn't they want to be on, to get an interview and a little promotion, and I get to be inspired. And you know what? Every time I interview somebody, I make a friend for life. I really enjoy getting to know these people, and they're fascinating and wonderful and inspiring. And that's why Tinseltown emerged into Inspiring Adventures. It was really, you could see when it happened, like the light bulb literally went off in my head when I was talking to Karu Papritz, who's an author of The Legacy Letters. And recently he was on my show, and we talked, and we started talking about some plans that we have for a future episode where we're going to take a walkabout and literally tour Hollywood, California, and within that conversation, we're going to do interviewing and talking about, what inspires us. And he was talking about it being an adventure, and it just like went, this is what I want to do with everyone that I talk about, because everybody that I talk to inspires me, and I love to share that with you. So that's how Inspiring Adventures was born. That's how it became a part of A Year in Bloom. So let me see. I'll talk a little bit more. What's next on my calendar? Next on my desk, I have my wonderful planner. That this is not my planner, but this is the planner that I use for my. I would call this my editorial calendar. I would call this my daily planner, and I would call this maybe my. David Vaughn, a friend of mine, coined the word. Other than solopreneur, it was my sparklepreneur book last year. I'll show you last year's, very similar, and I actually filled this in, sparklepreneur, because I am going to sparkle that year. So this year, maybe it'll be bloompreneur. I don't know. I am in business. This is my business. This is my passion and what I love to do. And someday in the future, when I can maybe retire and sponge off of Lido and do whatever I really, just work for myself, which I would be an entrepreneur. This is what I'll be doing. I'll be doing interviews. I will be doing coaching, workshops, and hopefully inspiring and helping people to find their passion in life and to live their purpose in life. Because since I found my passion and do what I do for purpose, I really have felt like I've been in that state of bloom, in that state of sparkle, in that state of shine. So those are the themes that I've had over the past 5-6 years. And I'm continuing to come up with new ways to present that to you. So that this calendar is a big part of it, because when I started the theme of the week, it was kind of because this calendar, I'll show you kind of a blank page, has a page like this where it would say it's the week of, and now it says main goal here, which is nice, but the old ones said, just it's the week of, and it was blank. And so I would just fill in, well, this is the week of inner peace and confidence. Or let's see if I have some other examples. Every week I did something. Well, it's the week of blank. This is a week of trust and love. I had two words a lot of times, hope and peace. So you get the idea. It kind of started just from my own personal planning. And then I started taking a snapshot of that and posting it on social media and particularly on Snapchat. So I love Snapchat. Okay. I know, some of my friends have been talking about, Snapchat, whatever. You can, do those same things in other places. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just, fast forward a little bit because it doesn't pertain to everybody, but Snapchat's an app on my phone that I use to connect with people, and you can take a picture or a video and post it, and people can see that, similar to what you're doing now, but in a different way. And I started showing that picture, and then once in a while I'll put it on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, and it got to like a snowball, just kind of rolling and rolling because people were taking this and saying, oh yeah, cool, so this is the week of love. Let's, let's dive into that. So I'm going to continue to do that. And I've actually gone through and chosen randomly a word, not only for every week, but for every single day, 365 days. That's the next thing I'd like to tell you about. It's also part of A Year in Bloom. It's also part of my inspiring adventure in that I'm going to do one of those 365-day challenges. And I am going to be sharing a meme. Hopefully you know what that is. It's other than just a snapshot of a word, which it could be too, but I am making a graphic with the word at the top, a picture, and a few phrases. And the phrases are meant to inspire me, and shine a little light on the word for the day. And so, yes, 365 days. I know I have a little work to do for those. It's not going to be easy. I'm not just putting the word on and posting it. I'm doing a reflection too, like you see, and filling in my book and typing in, the reflections, or writing in the reflections. My brain's ahead of me a little bit because I'm going to need to type them in someplace so I can make sure that after 360 days, I don't repeat a word. My goal is to have 365 different words, all with meanings and inspiration and reflections from me. There's going to be times when I get behind, I'm sure, but I'm going to try to do it every day. I'm going to try to not make the meme or post it in advance. So I haven't already made them all. I've only made 5. Today is the 6th. I am going to continue to do that as much as I can. If I get sick or go on vacation, I might have to, catch up a little or plan ahead a little. But I may not use the actual word that I've put in here on that day for whatever reason. That is one reason I don't like to go ahead and do a lot of pre-posting or scheduling of posts, because as you can see, something might happen in the world on that day, and that might not be the right word to write drive or, uniqueness. I don't know. There's just maybe gift. Maybe something will happen and I don't want to put that word that day. So I really put a lot of thought into this, and I hope that it brings you some introspective and some peace and guidance, and know that I'm doing it not just for me, but for you and for the future, because that leads me to the next thing on my desk. I'm going to go into each of these things a little more in depth. But my friend Susie Cheel, I have 2 friends who do this, Susie Cheel and Vicky Ayala, and they're both fantastic, amazing, wonderful people that I've met online and through coaching and through life. But so this is Susie Cheel's Oracle Cards, Daily Guidance, Heart Whisper, Daily Guidance Oracle Cards by Susie Cheel from susiecheel.com. This is a card that she sent me a few years ago when I purchased her books, and I've been following her for a while with her Heart Whisper. she has a kind of like a year in bloom, but it's she did a 365-day challenge too, where she drew a different picture every day with hearts, and then her message is about whispers of the heart. And so every one of these that she chose for this oracle card deck are some of her favorites, or more meaningful or just beautiful heart images. And you can see this one, as she was just saying yesterday, this one's one of her favorites, I think, because of the Path of Hearts. And so her cards have, oh my goodness, I've been talking for 20 minutes. Okay, so that's the Whisper cards. And what I'm going to tell you is that I am going to use the 365-day words to create affirmation cards like this, so that when you are feeling like you want to have some guidance and you have the cards, the deck of cards, and you just pick one and you think, okay, oh my God, this is really crazy because this is the one that she picked for me the other day. Flow. So then you look at that and it has just a few sentences. Your horizons expand as you allow your heart to open and flow. And then you just think about it. And then maybe that would be something that helps you in that day. So they'll be able to be used again and again and again, the way I do with the Heart Whisperers and with my other friend, Vicky Ayala's beautiful cards. This is a sacred journey. And each of her cards have a mandala, which is also something that's near and dear to my heart, because last year I did a 100 mandala challenge. So I drew 100 mandalas. And so hers also have words with phrases, and it's a wonderful thing. So I'm going to do that too. And that will be part of A Year in Bloom. And it will be something that you can get before decks, one for every season of the year. So with that, I'm going to end this video, and I will be back in a little while, and I'm going to be talking specifically about themes and how that you can make those themes a part of your daily ritual, a weekly ritual, where you can have a better focus and to reach your dreams and aspirations and see your journey through. So thank you so much for being here. I really, really love being online. I wish I could be here all day long, every day, but and you will be seeing me more. And let me know in the comments if you have some questions, and I will definitely be getting back to you. So we'll see you soon, maybe in about an hour. Thank you. Bye-bye. One thing I want to do.